Welcome into PFF HQ. Austin Gayle here with Mike Renner, ready to talk our highest ranked offensive linemen at each position in run block success percentage. These are our road graders, and nobody better to start the list than Atlanta Falcons center Mack.
Yeah, a lot of the Falcons' offensive line has downgraded in recent years. They've struggled, but not Mack, not the center that they paid big money for a few years ago. He has held his end of the bargain there with that big contract they gave him. Still one of the best centers in the NFL, and again, led the center position in run block success percentage once again.
Absolutely. Looking at last year, the last 2 years, he's earned 90.0 plus run block grades. He's had 19% run block success percentage, 20% run block success percentage, and this past year, still leading the position at 15.9% run block success percentage. This guy is a road grader, plays very well, and the guys runner-up right behind him are guys that people know are really good run blockers: Jason Kelce and Indianapolis Colts Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, Jason Kelce, you would expect him to make this list pretty much year in and year out, but Ryan Kelly finally put it all together. The former first-round pick there with the Indianapolis Colts struggled with injuries over the early course of his career. Healthy this past season, and he showed why he was a first-rounder.
Moving to guard, Shaq Mason dominated the guard position this past year, and I think he really cemented himself in that conversation for top guard in the NFL. He's earned high run block and pass blocking grades over these past 3 years, and he turned in a great run block success percentage this past year.
Yeah, Shaq Mason is a great a highlighter of this statistic called run block success percentage, where it's how many good blocks do you have? Because he has his handful of whiffs. He won't be the most successful on a play-in, play-out basis, but when he gets you inside those shoulder pads, he will dominate opposing defensive linemen. Some of the best blocks we saw all season long in the run game, probably one of the best double-team weapons at the guard position in the NFL today, and that's why he is the leader for run block success percentage at the guard position.
And Shaq Mason really anchored a really, really good Patriots rushing attack. Sony Michel gets all the praise, but he in the trenches really did a good job there. Another guy that got a lot of praise as a rookie, who finished second on this list in run block success percentage, is Quintin Nelson from the Colts.
Yeah, and yet another Colt. You saw the huge turnaround that they saw along their offensive line. We called Quintin Nelson the best guard prospect, the best offensive line prospect this past year. I said if he stays healthy over the course of his career, he'll be a Hall of Famer. Not a bad start, being a top 3 at this guard position right off the bat.
And there in Indy, you have another running back that the fantasy football community is loving, Marlon Mack, but you have to look at the guys like Ryan Kelly and Quintin Nelson that are driving, Braden Smith, that are driving that rushing attack forward. Same with Shaq Mason in New England. Going to a guy that I was looking at this guy's contract, Rob Havenstein of Los Angeles Rams. He led all tackles and run block success percentage. Them re-signing him a couple years ago, he is a bargain outside the top 20 and highest paid offensive tackles, and he is one of the best run blockers in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it's crazy how little praise he gets because there's so many names in that Rams offense, and Sean McVay gets so much praise for his scheme doing it, but he is one of the best run blocking tackles in the NFL, can execute any block you ask from him, and he's quietly one of the best right tackles in the league. And like you said, they're not paying him like one of the best tackles in the NFL. You see these huge money contracts being handed out. That's not what Rob Havenstein's on right now.
I think this is a good opportunity. Like, an underrated aspect of front offices in the NFL is identifying a player that you drafted within the first 2 years that he's good enough for a second contract, because that's what they did with Rob Havenstein, and now they're paying one of the top offensive tackles in the NFL very low money. It's exciting to see that. And a guy that could see a similar deal in the future finished third on this list in San Francisco 49ers, Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah, he was a top 10 pick, though, not like Havenstein, who was a second rounder, so his price might be just a little bit higher, but for him to be in the top 3 in this category right off the bat in year 1, I'm not going to say we expected it, but you saw it at Notre Dame. He was one of the best run blocking tackles in all of college football last year. We loved him translating in the running game, and I think you see that right off the bat.
Mike McGlinchey playing at that level as a rookie is very exciting for that San Francisco 49ers team. They'll have Jerick McKinnon, Matt Breida, a bunch of guys that maybe don't do a ton for themselves, but will be running behind a great offensive line in San Francisco. This is a great list. I mean, run blocking matters. I led the article with that. Run blocking matters more so than the running back. Rushing production is way more dependent than these guys in the trenches. To read the full article, go ahead and go to profootballfocus.com, and while you're there, subscribe to our Edge or Elite subscription to get all the advanced grades and stats we speak to. Thank you.